So I just helped 3 different med spas obtain some clarity on what they're doing with their leads and stuff like that. So I was just curious. I was on the phone getting some clarity and understanding on what are some of the biggest pain points in the med spa industry. Because to be honest with you, I don't work in the med spa industry. I'm a marketing consultant, and I help people in those kinds of businesses generate more leads and more revenue. So it occurred to me, I was like, you know what? Let me pick up the phone. Let me call somebody, see what they're up to, ask them a few questions. No sales pitches, none of that. I'm just genuinely curious. Like, what's going on over there? Why aren't they? Why are they on the last page of Google? Like they had 2 reviews. So you know what? Let me be generous and offer them some insight, and I'm going to do the same thing with you guys. So I contacted 3 med spas. Forgive my writing. I'm not going to edit this video. It's just going to be blanket as it is. Okay, y'all can't even see that real quick. So I contacted 3 med spas, and 3 of them had 3 completely different issues. So Med Spa 1, Med Spa 2, Med Spa 3. This one had leads, but no clients. This one had no clients. They had some clients, but no new leads. And the third one, they had leads, but nobody confirming. Okay, I think y'all could see that here. Now, as you can see, these are probably some very common problems. You're probably experiencing some of this as well in your business or industry if you're watching this, especially if you're a med spa owner. So this person, their biggest complaint was like, I got this list of leads because I used to work at a med spa with somebody else and I wanted to break off and just do my own thing. I just wanted that freedom. I knew I was good, but had these clients and I just don't know what to do with them. So I said, okay, well, the first things first is, like I found you on the last page of Google, strategically looking there. So what you have to do is contact them. How? Well, we're going to contact them through 3 different ways. SMS, since you already have their contact information, they gave you permission to contact them through SMS, so you don't need A2P registration, which is application to person registration. To do that, you already have their permission for that. You can also call them. And if you have their email address, you email them. Oh, that sounds so simple, but what do I say? Well, just me telling her she can contact her leads through the list that she already has, through the previous clients she has, was mind-blowing to her. It surprised me. No offense to her. I'm sure she does a great job, and keep doing it. I'm there to give her some clarity. So SMS, saying something along the lines of, I told her you need to create a message where that previous customer is incentivized to actually leave you a Google review because you were on the last page. And ironically, I told her she was the first person out of the first 5 med spas that I just so happenly random to pick out and call, which that's a plus. So I told her hone in on that and speed to lead. I'll get to that in a second. So create a message, and in that message, make it incentivizing. Incentivize. Okay? So why do you want to incentivize it? Is because obviously if you get a message, let's say you're a potential customer of that business, you receive a message saying, hey, can you leave me a Google review? You're going to be like, I could, but I got a busy life myself. Like, you're not making it easy for me. So that's another thing, is make it easy for them. So by incentivizing it, it kind of makes it easy for them. So incentivizing that message, for example, 30% off your next visit, or If you leave us a review, we'll give you a $20 gift card on your next visit. Something along the lines where they are inclined to leave you a review. So I think you get the gist of that. Leave them a message. Hopefully they leave you a review. Follow up with them later, etc. Call them. Calling them. Yes. A lot of people don't do that these days. Cold calling. That's just cringe. I know. Just advertise, right? Just you know them. They know you. Call them. Just call them, ask them, be like, hey, like I know you were here like 3 months ago. You seemed like you completely enjoyed the service we did for you, but we're at the bottom of Google. Help me out here. Just leave me some kind of review. You left happy. I remember that. And by the way, when you do that, just let me know. Take a screenshot, take a picture on your cell phone, send it over to me, and we'll work something out. I mean, I'm making that up right now, work something out, but give them an offer, like 20% off on the phone. Maybe ask them to refer another friend, and then both of them get some kind of incentive, or whatever you want to do to get them in the door. Maybe schedule an appointment right there. You could do that right there too. So I told her to start calling these people too. And last but not least, I asked her, is she emailing anybody? Oh, like I sent a few emails, and I'm like, well, is that where most of your clients came from? And she said, no, not really. Like, the only clients I was getting was like word of mouth and referral stuff, basically from her previous employer that she had, that those people transitioned to her new business, but it was unsustainable. So I said, okay, well, send out some email offers. All of this, by the way, is called, you could call it a database reactivation campaign. So I told her, this is what you got to do a database reactivation campaign and follow up with them, nurture them, and go from there. So all of these apply to these as well. So, you got to contact them, you got to incentivize it, and put in the format of either an SMS, an email, or the phone call. It's not that hard. It's really not that complicated. Just pick up the phone. They know you already, so it's not even like you're talking to some random person, and just ask them. Get that review. So with that, she took that information and she started reaching out to people, and I'm hoping that by next week I see a few more Google reviews on her page. So that's one particular med spa I was dealing with today. The other one, she had clients from also her previous employer, but she didn't have any new leads. She was just dead in the water. Nothing was coming in. Just like she just didn't exist. It's like she would have maybe a client a month. Fortunately, she had a job too, so that was paying the bills. Good for her. But I said, okay, well, if you have no leads, how do we get those leads coming in? Like, what are you doing? Oh, I was DMing some people from time to time. Anything else? No, like I was just trying to use Instagram and DM some people. So this was her only strategy. And I forgot to ask her how many times she's doing it per day or per week, but I can only assume it wasn't enough because the problem was there. She had no leads, thus having no clients. So I suggested, okay, well, keep doing what you're doing. Make an offer in there, put a call to action in there, and see where that goes from there. Then, since she didn't have the leads, she couldn't really send out emails or make calls or send text messages. I said, in my opinion, you should probably create a Facebook lead form and have leads coming into you that way. Since you don't really have any other methods, you're working with nothing, you have a clean slate, create a lead form, ask some polarizing questions. I told her maybe ask something along the lines, if this is pretty funny though, but this is all I could come up with at the time, which was, if you could make this double chin right here go away overnight, how would that boost your confidence? That'd be something in the lead form. Now, why would you want such a polarizing question? Well, it's polarizing, so it gets people thinking, which makes people take action. And two, it kind of pre-qualifies people already. So somebody who already had like a chin tuck or doesn't have that issue, then they might not want the offer that you're offering in that lead form. That could just be one of the many questions. So we did lead form with questions, specific questions, questions. Well, those questions should be polarizing. I hope I could spell that right, but you want them to be polarizing because then people get to thinking like, "Oh my goodness, is that how people see me?" Huh. Well, maybe that's why that date last week failed. You know what I mean? That's that double chin. Let's take care of that. Anyway, carrying on. The third person, they had leads coming in, but just they were not converting. They had their ads going. They have their they had like a chat bot on their website. So chat. By the way, their Instagram wasn't working. It was completely disconnected. So no Insta. Their LinkedIn was working, but I don't know if people are going to LinkedIn to look for a med spa, to be honest with you. Maybe if it's a doctor or a consultant trying to reach out to them, then maybe so. I mean, if you're on LinkedIn looking for med spas, hmm, interesting. That's that's all I got to say. I would think Instagram is your number one for that, for a med spa, because it's a very very visual platform. So they didn't have Insta. They had the ads, they had the chat. It wasn't converting. Low quality leads coming in, and they were just not booking anything. Just like, hey, what's up? Nah, I'm good. See ya. So I said, you need qualifying questions. And potentially, I also told them, you should probably get rid of those free consultations. So get rid of those free consultations because the free consultations weren't doing anything for them. People would come in and free consultation, and they're just like, nah, it's all right. Or maybe do the free consultation, but ask better questions. Ask more polarizing questions. That would help because if you just say, hey, what brings you here today? Well, I got all this acne on my face and I just don't know what to do about it. Oh, okay, well, is that it? Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, do you want to book an appointment? You know, I don't know. Well, maybe ask them something like, is that acne really affecting your self-esteem? Like you're you're 17 years old. I'm I'm literally making this up on the spot right now. You're 17 years old, you're in high school, and the cheerleaders don't even want to talk to you. How, think about questions like that. Not to insult them, but to really give them perspective on like this is an issue for you. If you don't, if you don't kind of poke the bear a little bit, they're not going to be incentivized to book the call. They're going to take your free consultation, take your time away from you, and you're not going to have a customer. You're going to be just like dead in the water. And so this was what was going on with this particular med spa here was they had the ads, they had the chat, they didn't have their Insta. Maybe they did, but it was disconnected on their website. And their way to qualify and explain their services in a way which incentivized people to want to actually proceed with the service was broken. Their ads must have been targeting the wrong people or something. Or, since it could be in Houston, they were probably targeting people in St. Louis who would never want to even work with them. So, yeah. So I told them, I said basically, you need to have better qualifying questions, more polarizing questions, stop your free consultations because those could be potentially hurting you. And if you really want to do free consultations, make sure your qualifying questions are correct because people are going to come and waste your time. So, with that being said, I am very happy that the three people I spoke to today had a little bit better perspective on how to address their problems. Because for me, it seemed logical like, hey, why don't you contact them? You have this list of leads, contact them. Well, this seems logical to me too. If you don't have leads, create better DMs, go to Facebook groups, go to Facebook events, go to LinkedIn events. Sorry about that, LinkedIn. I don't recommend med spas for LinkedIn per se. So I don't think I would go look in LinkedIn groups for potential clients. So I didn't tell her LinkedIn. That just kind of came out. But go to Facebook groups, go to people that are having questions about like their appearance and or some sort of progress, or I'm struggling with XYZ, acne. I'm struggling with my hair loss, as you can tell, right? Maybe I should go to the med spa too. Something like that. Contact those people. Who's commenting on it? Who's liking it? Who's engaging with it? And I also told this one, I said, create a post in one of those groups where you are either adding value or asking a question that is really triggering to certain people. You know, maybe some women in that group are hiding a lot of blemishes with makeup when they can go to a med spa and get something like that corrected. So try to put two and two together, get people thinking and start commenting, and then have conversations. And then naturally, through trust building, those people will want to reach out to you and wonder more about what you're doing. So I told her, do all those strategies and let's see where it goes from there. It should bring you a few more customers and everybody's happy. And this person was actually quite unreceptive. They just were like, whatever, thanks. I answered your questions. Da da da. I got some information from them. Cool. So qualifying questions are important because if you're asking the wrong questions, nobody really cares. They're just gone. They're not interested. And the moment they start losing interest, then their intentions to actually book with you is either gone or they're going to book with you just to be nice and waste your time and waste their own time. And get rid of those free consultations within reason, because if it's a high ticket service that you're providing for them, maybe it's worth it to have the free consultation if they might waste your time. But definitely have the better qualifying questions. That being said, all of this definitely helped all those people out. I hope it really helps you out. I also told them build out nurture sequences, because the moment you contact them once, they don't really care. It's like, okay, cool, you exist. Wow. Contact them again and again and again until they tell you no, like I'm good. So keep contacting them. So that being said, I really hope this information helps somebody out. And if you have any questions, definitely let me know. Leave a comment. I'll try to answer it for you. I'm here to help everybody. And let's get more sales, get more clients, and basically get more money without having people wasting our time with these lead for like free consultations. I get it. Free consultations could be good too, but a lot of people waste time there too. So that being said, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'm going to keep publishing more. Let me know what kind of content I should be publishing for you guys. Take care.